Hi, friends. Oh, I just have to respond to my daughter because she took a plane trip and it's the first one for her in a while. Uh, and she was nervous. So, hello, everybody. See, I know I did it right today because I have everybody coming on commenting. I don't know what the heck I did last night. Yeah, I'm so bad at this. I never intended to be online crocheting with people. Um, I hello, old boiler Robo, the star of the evening. Guess hi. Guess what I'm gonna do, Glynis, as soon as this live is over. I'm going to secretly pre-release the thank you the pocket shawls to my followers in my groups. So if you're watching this on YouTube and you're not in one of my Facebook groups, go around over there and apply for membership. List all your qualifications. Answer the questions correctly and politely, and you could be making your pocket shawl tonight. I'm wearing the Robo version right here. I had to model it myself, so enjoy those photos of good old me in my pocket shawl. I actually really like the lightweight. Sometimes when I make stuff, I make it because people are requesting it, but I'm thinking this isn't something I would wear, or this isn't something that I would make normally. I wasn't gonna jump on the pocket shawl trend, to make a pocket shawl for myself. I don't have time to make other people's stuff anyways. But and then what happens is I'll design the thing for the people and I'll be like, this isn't really my style, but I'm doing this for my people and I hope they like it. And then as I'm doing it, I grow to really like it. And that's how I feel about this one. And I and it's the weight of the yarn. The 3 weight, I think, is the weight to do it in because you have other options to wear it. The heavier yarns that I made the sideways pocket shawl with, you can't like wrap around like this. You just basically have to wear them as a vest. But this one, and you all know me, I like to take I like to wrap things around my neck, and wear them like that. So, um, yeah. So, how's my sound? Thank you, Eileen. How's my sound tonight? Can you all hear me okay? And let me know. Let me know where you're watching me. If you're watching me on YouTube, or if you're on on Facebook, or where you're seeing me, just so I know what the heck is going on, because I don't think my YouTube's went. So it says upcoming. I'm making some kind of basic mistake when I do this, and they don't end up going through to YouTube. It says sending data, but it's not going. Okay. Oh well. Well, let's get going. Let me pull up my pattern here, and I'm gonna start. I'm probably not going to get that far because I think it's boring to just watch me crochet repetitive rows of something over and over again. But the fact of the matter is I can't sit in a chair for a really long time, and I don't where's that coming from? My music's playing from somewhere and I don't know where. Oh goodness. I'm probably gonna like hear myself start talking in a second on one of my videos. I must have just hit the button. Okay. Man, I am so bad at this. Okay, yeah. I can't sit here for a long time doing videos and you know under this camera. So this is I'm trying this for now. And I like, you know, while I'm sitting and crocheting, I like talking to people. So maybe someday when I don't, it's back. I must have maybe cut out for a second. Um, Maybe someday when I don't have anything else to do, I'll go back and like edit out all our chatting. But for now, this is how I'm going to do it. That is all. Um, okay. So I'm doing the swirly. This is Hat-Tober. I'm about 5 hats behind. Okay, I don't know what happened. The swirly version is actually a mistake version of the Maya's roommate's hat. Um, I was working on it with, you know, my friend, another crocheter, and she was doing the stitches at the beginning of the end of the row incorrectly, and her hat was like slanting, and we were like, what the heck happened here? And so I was like, maybe I'll do this on purpose and see what happens. And that is how the swirly version of the hat was born. So I cleaned my camera lens today, and I feel like it looks a little bit better. It was looking kind of it's hard to keep this in focus because if you put it in autofocus, it goes in and out. So hi, Linda. Yeah, this is my go-to version. I love Amaya's roommate's hat, but it does get a little bit boring. I don't know. They're great hats, but I just love the swirly version. The only thing about it, the downside of the swirly is because you're making the hat swirl, you can't really upsize and downsize it using stitches, but you can upsize and downsize using different weights of yarn. So it starts with a chain of 29, and you can go up and down maybe 3 or 4 from 29, but you can't go too far off course because it just doesn't slant right. We've tried it, and they don't look great, but they do look great if you do them with like bulky yarn, or you can do it with you know, with any weight of yarn and just by chaining 29. So I'm gonna get started. I'm using this same, oh wait, this is not the hook I want to use. That's for something else. This is, I'm using my my Furls Gold. Look at that. Someone dropped my affiliate link in the comments. It's tinyurl.com/Betty's Furls. Goes right to the Odyssey link, which is my favorite hook. And then this yarn, I didn't say it on the live last night, and then somebody wanted to know what it was, and I didn't know what it was, so that's why I didn't respond, because I was tired and I was already in the other room on the couch sleeping with my new kitten. It's Yarn Bee Fireplace Comfort, I guess is the name of the yarn. And then the color name, it says Smoky Shadow, is the name of the colorway. Works up really pretty. And it reminds me of a Loops and Threads yarn that I really fell in love with the first year I was working at Michael's called, I think it was called Facets. I really loved that yarn. Speaking of, it calls for an I, but I've been using a J with it. It calls for a 5.5 millimeter, and I've been using a J, which I think is a 6. It just feels a little heavier to me than an I. Wait. Okay, here we go. 29. I'm not going to talk as much. I'm going to count right now, and I'm going to do it right. Just noticed my computer's not plugged in. That might be. There we go. Okay. Yeah, that was how the pocket shawl started with a chat. Because we had a different ideas about how to get it going, and they both worked out great. I think they both were great. Um, I think that the Robo Pocket is a little more straightforward, and the Sideways Pocket is much more convoluted. You know, because you have to do that 300, 200, really high starting chain. But once you get through that, you're good. Okay, let's see. Row 1, double crochet in the 4th chain from the hook. 1, 2, 3, 4. There it is. So it's different than the roommate hat where we started in the 3rd double crochet of the hook, because we do that start with where we chain 2 and then double crochet, and the chain 2 doesn't count as 1. Here the chain 3 counts as 1. Oh no. Okay, well, I'll have to go back and see what happened. Okay, so then 18 double crochet. You're going to crochet to the last 8 chains. So if you upsize or downsize your hat, you won't have 18 double crochet, but you will work until the last 8 chains on your starting chain. Last 8 stitches of every row. This is one thing I like about Hat-Tober is I just keep going with my yarn. This is a partial skein, what was left over from my hat, and I'm just going to keep going with it. I do have another one, but I don't worry about how much yarn I have. I just go, and if I run out in between, I just add in another color. And my favorite yarn to make these hats from is Lion Brand's Landscapes. The stripes, it makes really colorful hats. If you like colorful. I lost my count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I got 3 more to go. I'll go back and count them and make sure. Okay. This is my first one, and then I had 18. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. I only have 17. Let me see. I might have miscounted my chains. Looks like I did. Okay, I'm just going with it. I'm going with 17. Okay, so you should have 8 chains remaining, and then we do, just like the Maya's roommate's hat, we're going to do some shaping. So we're going to do 3 half double crochet, 3 single crochet, And now instead of having one slip stitch left to slip stitch, I have two. And this is where you start to swirl. And you do a slip stitch decrease, so you go under one loop and then you go under two loops. And then you pull through and you slip stitch decrease. I don't know if I made that up or not. Okay, and then we're chaining one and turning, and then this is the only difference between the slip stitch decreases at the end of the row, is because I like to go under two stitches on my first stitch, and then I go under the back loop for the second one, slip stitch decrease. And I just feel like it makes the edges more stable. And I learned that from another crochet blogger, influencer, whatever we're calling ourselves. I think it was Bella Coco, one of Bella Coco's videos, but I don't remember for sure. Could have been someone else. Yeah, so when the pattern says to work into the back loop only, I do that until except for that first and last stitches of the row. Okay, so you can see what happened here was I did the slip stitch decrease, 3 single crochet, 3 half double crochet. So we're slowly, tapering up, and my last half double crochet is going to land over the first double crochet of the row below. See, there's my last half double, and there's my first double, and then there's my last half double. So every time, hello, Facebook user, every time it slants a little bit, and this is going to make a really funky looking piece of crochet. And then we're going to double crochet all the way down to the last stitch, and my stitch count is going to be off because I miscounted somewhere and only had 17. Thank you, Glenda. Oops. And I won't work the whole thing. I'll just get y'all started and then I'll come back. I haven't even eaten dinner. I had a very full day with my kitten. I need to go and get some food and some litter for him. Okay, let me make sure I'm doing it right. I'm reading the pattern. Okay, so I'm going to double crochet all the way across, and my chain 3 is going to be my last double crochet. So I'm going to work 2, so I'm going to increase at this end. So I'm going to put 2 double crochet into the top chain of the chain 3, 1, and I'm going under 2 loops. Okay, so this is when a couple rows from here is when people will email me and say, or message me or whatever and say, I don't think I'm doing this right, because this is going to make the funkiest piece of fabric. You're never going to think it's going to turn into a hat. It just is so weird looking, but it works. Okay, but it does look, it starts to go like zoop, and it looks like a really weird little thing. So there's your first 2 rows. Okay, so row 3, chain 3. That counts as your first double crochet. and then you double crochet in that first stitch there. So that's like your increase. So you increase in the beginning of the row and then you decrease. This is going to be the brim of your hat and that's going to be the top. Hang on just a second. I'm going to try and see if this works. I think I can change. Okay. Hopefully I'm still there, still live. See if that makes a difference. And then we're going to double crochet in the back loop. The pattern says 18 double crochet, but I think I miscounted, and you all know I don't like to count anyways. So I will know that it's time to start the half double crochet when I get to the last. There's my first half double crochet and there's my last double crochet on that row. So this is where I'm going to start my half double crochet because that's off. It's just like Maya's roommate's hat, but it's shifted over one. So you're going to start your half double crochet on the last double crochet of this row. I was going through my stash and I found a couple of 6-day kid blanket hats that I had started, so they're like in progress. So I was actually like, oh, maybe I will catch up today because remember I was supposed to make 5 hats today to catch up. That is not going to happen. Oh, I'm sorry. Let me know if it continues freezing. 3 half double. So you started the half double right at that last double crochet. So 2 of them are going to fall over the half double, and then I'm going to start my single crochet over this last half double. 1, 2, 3 single crochet, and then you should have 2 stitches left. So you're going to pull up a loop in the back loop of the first one, pull up a loop in under both loops of the last one, and then pull through, slip stitch, decrease through both of them, and chain 1. And then we're going to repeat that slip stitch under both loops, under the back loop, pull through. 3 singles. Am I still freezing on you guys? Anyone here still? Double crochet to the last stitch. So this is a repeat of row 2. So you repeat rows 2 and 3 until you have 24 rows in total, or until this, oh, there's a knot in this yarn, until this edge of the work measures approximately 21 inches. Okay. I'm just gonna rewind a little bit and I'm gonna work this knot like it's a new join because there's a knot right here. And then I'll show you all what I do when I join. I pull the new, let me do it again. I treat it like a new join. And so this is, I'm in a double crochet and I have 1 more pull through to go. So I'm going to pull through with the new yarn on that last stitch. And then this is my working yarn. And these are my 2 tails. that I'm going to have hanging here. And then what I do is I flip them up over my working yarn, and that just kind of locks them there. And then that stitch right here isn't, the two stitches affected by that join are not going to be like all loose and crazy. And if you're someone that likes to work over your yarn, that puts it up at the top so you can work over it on the next row. I don't normally work over my yarn, my ends like that. And even if I do, if I decide I want to, then I will still leave tails to weave in later. I never, hey PETA, I never just work over yarn and don't weave in tails, because I did that one time on a project and the whole thing fell apart. And the pattern said, just work over your tails if you don't want to weave them in. And that's what I did in my all hours and hours of work. And it was one of those modular, it was a modular garment that had not granny squares, but like all these like flowers and little circle crochet pieces. And yeah, that thing fell apart. Okay, so did you see I made my 2 double crochet in the last top of the chain 3 from the row below, chain 3, and then double crochet in the same space, increasing at one end and decreasing at the other for 24 rows. Why is it only 24 when Maya's roommate's hat is 26 to get the same measurements? Well, I'll tell you why. It's because we're making a slanted piece here. So because we're going on a diagonal, we're creating a longer line than if we were just going straight. So that's math for you, Erin, right? So if I measure from here to here, do I have a measuring tape here? I'll just use this. Okay. If I measure from here to here, right? This would be, if this was a straight edge, the same number of rows, and then it's longer. The actual diagonal edge is longer. And when I was a dance teacher and I'm still a choreographer, but I don't teach dance anymore. That's something I would always tell my dancers to say. If you're running out of space, stop moving don't make your choreography go side to side. Make it go diagonally across the space, because then if you move on diagonal, you have more space. So I love diagonals. Diagonals are life. I'll just do a couple more rows and then I'll sign out, and I'll finish this up to the last 2 rows and then come back tomorrow and seam it up. It seams up the same way as Maya's roommate's hat. We work an edge across the bottom and then we seam it up, and excuse me, the ends end up at the top where the pom-pom goes. And oops. See, I don't count at all. I could never do this live if I had to count. I just wait until I see that last double crochet and then I start my half doubles. 3 of them. 3 singles. And if you can make Maya's roommate's hat, I think this is like an advanced beginner project. Do Maya's roommate's hat first and then try this one, because when your hat starts to do this curvy, weird, make this weird, I can't tell if this is a hair, if that's part of the yarn. When it starts to make this like weird, like slanted shape, if you're a beginner and you don't, really know what you're doing in crochet yet, this is gonna feel weird. Even if you do, like even when I was making this, I was like, is this gonna work? Like I just in my mind I thought it worked, but I was making this thing, I was like, is what's this gonna look like in the end? And then I seamed it up and swirly hat, it really does work. But um do Maya's roommate's hat first. Make a couple of them until you feel comfortable, because this is just a variation on that. Ooh, I love the pink in this yarn. How long have I been on for? 30 minutes. I think I'll end at the end of this row because I know that many of you are waiting with bated breath. This video is not posted in the 6 Day Kid Blanket group though, so they won't know. But I know a lot of people are really waiting for the pocket shawl to drop, so I'm gonna finish up at the end of this row, this video, and and post those pocket shawls in the group. They're going to be password protected until tomorrow at midnight my time, and then I'll make them public. Um, the PDFs are on there available for sale already, so if you want one, you can buy them or you can join my Patreon. And when I release the pattern on Monday, I'll put the PDFs on Patreon. Um, you can. A lot of people thank you, those of you that are um, changing your pledges to annual. It's so nice to know that you're going to be with me for a year. Um, and you get a little discount on your pledge if you pledge for the whole year. Um, yeah, and that's one of the perks of being a patron, is that I post all my PDFs there for my followers. And whew, yeah, and it's fun. We have fun over there. All right, friends. Yes, it is weird, but it works. Trust the pattern, people. Trust the pattern. Don't overthink it. All right, y'all. Thank you so much for being with me. Yay! I don't know who it is. But I see somebody saying, "Yay! I upgraded." I saw a few people did, so I really appreciate that. It's really great. Um, yeah. All right. I'm gonna head over to, um, I'm gonna go make those posts. So get ready for pocket shawls, and keep working on your hats, one hat a day for the rest of the month. All right. Here we go. Here's the music.